Okay, I'm going to do a video like this because I've been crying, so I don't want my puppy eyes in. I'm in my laundry room, and that's the view of my vegetable garden and my meditation space. You can see the garden, and then the fence on the left. Behind that is my meditation space. Anyway, so today is day 1 of A Course in Miracles. And I thought maybe it might be a good idea to just do short little YouTube videos because I can't live stream it on there. So today, day 1, Course in Miracles, the exercise for the day, the lesson, and the exercise for the day is to specifically look at things, let your eye fall, and don't leave anything out, and just say, that garden doesn't mean anything. Those chimes don't mean anything. That hose doesn't mean anything. This laundry doesn't mean anything. This shirt doesn't mean anything. This hand doesn't mean anything. That towel doesn't mean anything. So going through that. So I've been doing that. And one of the first things I saw in the practice in today was in the top of one of my closets is my mom's urn with her ashes, and I said, that urn doesn't mean anything. And I just I just laughed, it's just laughing, like that urn doesn't mean anything, like my mother's ashes. It was like just really funny. Anyway, and then I'm obsessed with this one song, and I kept getting this like nagging thing to send it to somebody, so I did, and then the nagging wouldn't stop, so I followed the guidance to send it to somebody else, so I did, and then I was like, okay, I just want the nagging to stop so I can go back to like enjoying this song. So I looked at the lyrics, and I had already looked at them like a ton of times, but all of a sudden, I didn't look at them, and because I know them now. It's a very simple song, and I know them now, but I felt them. And then when I felt them, I got it, and I started crying. And then I understood why I had to send it to the people I had to send it to. And so then I've just been playing it over and over and crying, letting go. And it's interesting because I feel like it was because of the Course in Miracles lesson that peeled a little bit back, because the whole Course in Miracles is designed to undo what we see. It's like undo what you think you see so that you can actually see. So the first half or so, the first part is in undoing. And then the second part is like retraining to see like divinity. These are my words. They're mixed with their words, but the books are very overwhelming, like Mindy says, so I'm just going to offer these. My intention is to do short little videos after I've been practicing day 1, say what the lesson is, so you can use these videos to start A Course in Miracles in a very easy way. If you just watch my short little videos, you could probably start, the morning of January 6th, 2021. And then there should be one available for you every morning of these short little ones. So it's just, that tree doesn't mean anything. That water doesn't mean anything. That snow doesn't mean anything. Those lavenders don't mean anything. And then keep a journal. I think you should keep a journal. Although I should write down right now. I should be blazing a trail to my journal right this second and writing this down, but I'm just in it, so I'm just feeling it. And I have a session coming up with a distance person through Zoom, so I'm not going to be able to journal. But anyway, I just want to share this experience. I feel like day one, the practice that I've already done has begun to peel away, and I became aware of my fear of appearing a certain way to certain people. Well, I'll just leave it at that. And also, Jen Aurelia posted a picture of this famous person that I don't know the name of, but I know he's famous, saying something like, speaking your truth or something. I know that's not right, but it's like speaking your truth allows you to make new friends as you release friends that you picked up along the way by accident. And that reminds me of my, very close friend, and I basically gave myself a thyroid tumor by keeping my mouth shut because I wanted to keep her in my life. And there was a lot to it. She's one of the funniest people alive, and she's so fun and she's so funny. But we think very differently. We have very different strategies for life. Let's just say that. But she's hilarious, and also my ego was getting a lot out of how long we were friends. So that was interesting. And it's like, and now I'm very close to my best friend from 4th grade, and I said, it feels like as we do this work and peel away what isn't us, we get back to, who we were as children. And so now I really resonate with my best friend from 4th grade, and she's the one I go to, and she's probably crying right now. Anyway, life is really cool, and A Course in Miracles is like tapping for the mind. It's like tapping directly into your, it's like tapping EFT on your subconscious brain. And I love it because it's all designed to break down what we think we see, undo, and then retrain our eyes to see. There's some animal down where my chickens are. It's the size of a dog, but it can't be. Maybe it's a baby deer. That's cool. Well, all right, keeping this short. I can't keep talking about everything I see. That deer or whatever that animal is doesn't mean anything. So there's just a little bit of letting go. And I watched as I made my son's lunch today. This bread doesn't mean anything. This peanut butter doesn't mean anything. And I felt my body really calming down rather than, I don't think I'm a stressed out person. Oh, it's my goat. It's Dante. Dante doesn't mean anything. Chickens don't mean anything. Eggs don't mean anything. So, great video, Carla. This one's one of your best. They should get shorter, hopefully. But yeah, so I love this. It's like EFT for the subconscious mind, where just stripping away what you think you see so that you can undo it, so that you can actually see the divinity that exists. And there's really, I can't think of a better time in this history of the United States than this period of time to be working on your internal psyche and your thought processes to just rip down what you think you see, because that's what's going to happen externally. And if we take this on, the Course in Miracles, when we take this on and we choose to do this internally, we can only be supported by the external reality also shifting, where instead of a breakdown, which is what I was calling it, it's really an undoing, because people have bought into this identity politics. They've bought into this left versus right thing because they're only looking at the surface and they have no idea what's happening underneath. And I've known what's happening underneath, and of course I can't know everything. And of course I don't want to know everything. I can feel depravity. And the stuff that I have seen, the depraved things that I have seen, they shake you to your core, and then you have to empower yourself to get strong enough to handle what you've already seen. So I've seen stuff on the dark net, and then I have an awareness, of other things. And the emails, I never understood why people just read the emails. It's all there, but they choose to watch the news, and just think about Diana. Princess Diana died. The news coverage was constant. It was days, weeks, felt like months, but it was days for sure. It was like hours. It was never ending. And that's when I was a flight instructor during the day. And then at night I had a waitressing job. And I remember going, would you turn off the fucking television? Like, it's non-stop. And what if the Queen had Diana killed? Would that change? Would you still want this? Would you still want that coverage, like 24/7, like droning on and on and on and on? Coverage is a great word for it. Coverage is a fantastic word for it. And so now is awesome, this undoing of what we think we see. And they say that Columbus's ships were on the horizon for days before the Indians saw, because they didn't expect them. And by undoing what we think we see, even though it may be disturbing at first until you get used to it, like the allegory of the cave, the prisoner that got out of the cave and the light was so bright, and he was so used to looking at shadows, thinking that they were real, that he ended up looking at the shadow of things, because that's what he was comfortable with, rather than actually looking at the things that cast those shadows. So his reality in the cave, while he was in the cave, the reality was the shadows are the real. And so then when he tried to go back to tell everybody else in the cave, just like all the truthers that have been going strong for decades, that's why I'm not a truther. I don't want to be anyway. I don't want to give the universe yet another. What did you say? The universe always seems to hear me wrong. Like, I would never this or that. And then, what did you say? It always hears, I would never have children after 37. What did you, you want to have children after 37? Okay. Well, I'd never have a baby after 40. What did you say? You want to have a baby after 40? So the universe always seems to hear, it's like listening through one of those old horns. It's like an old person in a cartoon giving you the opposite of what you think you're asking for. So that's why the law of attraction is so important. And what I'm teaching now, that's all I really want to do is teach this stuff. So I do not want to be a truther, but I also don't want to make the universe say, hey, she says she wants to be a truther now. All right, so 2021, it's the year of breaking down, undoing. So it's just undoing. And although I cried, my daughter came up and hugged me, and I told her it was all good stuff, whatever. I'm just healing myself, and it looks ugly sometimes. And I always say healing is never adding, it's always subtracting. And so the stuff I subtracted, crying, it's so good. It just sets you free. And now I can let go of that. So if you're healing, if you're feeling, you're healing. So I encourage everybody, either join Renegade Yogi Meditation and Healings on Facebook, and you can tune in. There's a live stream 6 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. every day, or I'll be doing these. It's like an abridged version, because I'm reading straight out of the book there, and it's very religious. So if that's a problem for you, if you want it this way, all day today, just practice specifically pointing things out to yourself without leaving anything out on purpose, and just saying, this doesn't mean anything. That tree doesn't mean anything. That barn doesn't mean anything. That water doesn't mean anything. And feel your body relax. It's almost like my body felt like, I don't have to worry about this peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I don't have to worry about getting it. It's like, this instrument doesn't mean anything. This doesn't mean anything. This doesn't mean anything. I could feel my body relaxing. And I feel like the relaxing that happened through that practice just for today allowed me to unearth something in my subconscious that I didn't want to pay any attention to. And the energy was going to holding my old paradigm in place, was keeping me from seeing that. And then when I just started peeling it back, it got to unearth it and come right out. So anyway, I hope you're having a great day. Love you. Day 1. ACIM.